Hello, everyone. This is Tom, the Lone Wolf Prepper. Welcome to Dukes of Hazzard Friday Night Live. I love that title. And believe me, it's been a Dukes of Hazzard week. That is for sure. One thing is the channel's continuing to grow. I'm meeting my goals for the week with subscribers and views and stuff. So thank you, everybody, for subscribing, helping get the word out and stuff. That's the purpose for Lone Wolf Prepper, a place for people to come and discuss what's going on and discuss what needs to be done, a place for us to organize, okay, against our common enemy. All right, we all are feeling a lot of, I don't want to say anger, just disbelief in what's going on, which is going to lead to anger. So I appreciate everybody being here, no matter how much YouTube is trying to not promote the channel. That's going to be my first subject, is YouTube. Anyway, there's a few problems that my subscribers have been saying YouTube has been doing. One of them is deleting a lot of comments. Okay. Now, I don't know what these comments are. I get a lot of comments that I'm not allowed to see. So I don't exactly know what's going on with that, but, you know, YouTube ain't going to let me see them. I can't control YouTube. And if they're deleting them and you're not putting a nasty comment, I don't know what to say. And then another thing YouTube is doing is not letting people, when they hit the like button, they don't get to like. So that's just a little strange, I think. But anyway, so, you know, it's the same old thing with YouTube, but the channel's growing. You know, but whatever. But anyway, dealing with YouTube like this. Now the mainstream media came out yesterday. It was MSNBC. I think it was Rachel Maddow show or Wednesday night or whatever. And they are saying that YouTube is a conservative and Christian platform. That YouTube pushes conservative and Christian content. Anybody believe that? Anybody believe that us conservatives and preppers and anybody who thinks like a constitutionalist is given a fair shake on YouTube like the rest of the group? I mean, really? I sure don't feel that way. I mean, I get the analytics. I get the analytics to show that I'm being shadow banned. Okay? That's what's happening to me. But I'm still growing. You know? And the one thing about YouTube is, I got to say, is you have to thank them. Because if I didn't have YouTube, I wouldn't be reaching nobody. So at least they allowed me to speak to some people. No matter if, you know, people got to look for it real hard or whatever. You know, it's a platform where I can come in and make a video on my phone, download it onto my channel, and people can see it for free. For free. Or I can get on my computer here and do a live stream that people can see for free. The other social media platforms that are, you know, where you're supposed to be able to say what you want to say, they're all charging, you know, subscription rates and stuff like that. I'm just so tired of money, okay? What's going on in the world and how it needs to be fixed, you shouldn't have to pay to hear it or discuss it. Anyway, so I'm thankful for YouTube for that, for being a free platform that with a computer and a phone and a microphone, I got a TV studio, okay? Not too shabby in today's world. You know, the smallest amount necessary to perform the job. Okay. But yeah, the mainstream media now is saying that YouTube was pushing Christian and conservative content over the liberal stuff. Okay, and any conservative creator knows that's not the truth. Okay, we are shadow banned. We ain't censored because they still haven't canceled my channel, and I say anything that I feel. Okay, I tell the truth as I see it, and they haven't cut me off. But that's just because I'm a small channel. When more people start listening to me, we'll see if I get my strikes and stuff then. But anyway, yeah, the mainstream media threw YouTube under the bus. I don't know how a liberal company feels when they're basically told they're conservative. I'm sure YouTube's not too happy about that. Now you know what fake news is, YouTube? Okay, now you know what it's like to be accused of something you're not? Anyway, just crazy. But I think YouTube has a problem because I believe that there are more conservative channels prepping, whatever, constitutional, Second Amendment type channels than there are liberal channels. Okay? And it's the stuff people want to watch. It's the movement the country's gravitating towards now. Everybody's starting to feel the tyranny of the Democratic Party. And there's a new wave that's starting in America. Okay? The conservative wave. So YouTube needs to take advantage of that. They have been called a conservative social media platform. So I think it gives YouTube every opportunity now to start making money again. Like Twitter, formerly known as X now is, under Elon Musk, making money again, YouTube. I mean, when you're YouTube, you're placing your business model on stuff people don't want to hear, people don't want to buy, and the ones you are supporting are living off government entitlements. That's your business model. And the half of the customers you're cutting out because you don't believe in the political beliefs have the money and the jobs. Doesn't make no sense. I mean, fire some of those people that have the color hair in the business and start running your business on business principles instead of your political beliefs. It'd be amazing how much your bottom line improves. Then you wouldn't have to sit there and throw 50 commercials that don't make any sense, hoping people are going to watch the most retarded stuff there is. Try to make a quick buck. Anyway, yep, YouTube can turn their whole channel around now. They've been called conservative platform, so stick with it. Okay? Go out there and make some money. Give us conservatives channels a fair shake. I know what my channel's potential is so far. My channel potential is, when you guys let go of the reins, is 5,605 views an hour. Okay? With very high view rates. Yeah. So what am I supposed to think, YouTube, when I have that and then all of a sudden an hour later, boom, I have nothing? Conservative and Christian platform. This just shows you how much trouble the Democrats are in. And I guess if YouTube is not liberal enough for these left-leaning retards, I mean, how far is the left gone if YouTube is conservative now? Just think about it. YouTube is conservative to the left. I mean, they're definitely socialists in a hurry, complete communists, just wanting to take over. Well, you've been thrown under the bus, YouTube. You might be on the wrong side. Okay. Anyway, I couldn't believe that. I mean, to hear these people say this stuff, it's insanity. If YouTube was a conservative Christian platform, I'd have well over 10,000 subscribers now. You know, that's one thing about me and YouTube, which is strange. What's my goal on YouTube? To get off of YouTube. What do I mean by that? I mean that I want to have a channel because I feel I have to do something besides sit around and complaining, to help spread the word and the truth, to help us organize so we can eventually get to the point where, we solve this problem and I can go into retirement and I ain't got to be on YouTube no more. Okay, my goal is not to be a YouTuber. My goal is to create an environment where we solve our country's problems. Okay, or an environment where we're going against the tyrants and people are hearing what's going on and understanding it. Okay, who's actually creating all this chaos and division and stuff? It's the people in charge. Okay, they know the only way they can stay in charge is if they divide. That's if they divide us. But I'm getting to that one. Okay. Then another thing that came out on Tuesday. In the media, just saying it over and over again. Cheap fakes. So anytime you see Joe Biden doing something stupid, that's a cheap fake. Okay. So I made a short the other day. What YouTube is suppressing, okay, the conservative Christian platform is suppressing. That said, I guess now videos of UFOs, Bigfoot, and Joe Biden on stage are all in the same category. Cheap fakes, just like a stolen presidency. I mean, they set themselves up for this stuff. Cheap fakes. And they say it's been going on, excuse me, for 4 years. Really? You mean I can't even believe what I see and hear anymore? When you see him wandering around stage, doing whatever he's doing, looking for his lost mind. Can't find his way off stage, talking to ghosts. Okay? You know what he did in Normandy, squatting over looking for an invisible chair, invisible toilet, right? Filling his pants. When the paratroopers were coming down, he's off looking the other way, and the Italian prime minister has to, or president, or whatever they're called, has to turn around and say, "Oh, it's here, Joe." I mean, we don't actually see that. And then we don't actually hear bumbling Joe when he's trying to put two sentences together or three words together. Fake, cheap fakes. That's the best they can come up with. Okay? All I know is I believe my eyes. And I believe my ears. I believe my senses. Believing your senses helps keep you alive. Anyway, isn't that what Orwell said? The last biggest deception was government get people to believe them and not their senses. And that's what's happening. A lot of people not believing what they're seeing. I mean, are their lives they're scared that their lives are going to be that screwed up if they see the truth for a little bit and have to fix it? Anyway, I mean, I don't understand it. Cheap fakes. Anyway, remember, these are the people in charge of our nuclear arsenal too, okay? Anyway, And then the world sees all this. It's not just our country. Okay, the whole world sees this. That we're a whole laughing stock of the whole world. Okay, nobody respects us anyway. But then they see JoJo on stage like that, and then they got the press secretary and the whole mainstream media, cheap fakes. Yeah, they're making it up. You guys got the same videos. Would you make them up too? Or maybe that's his body double doing that. That could be it too. Cheap fakes. Body double? Green John, not, Miss French fruitcake here. Yeah. Don't even have an American citizen as a speaker for the president. But, she fits all the other qualifications, the diversity hire. She needs to get a hair job. That spider on her head looks ridiculous. Anyway, so we got old JoJo and a deep fake, right? And now the debates are coming up. Oh, isn't it convenient? We're not going to have a live audience. We're going to be able to turn mics off. You're going to be able to control and edit everything. And even though you gave JoJo the questions probably 3 months ago, he's still going to stumble over. Trump needs to go for the throat. Okay, I see Joe Biden start wandering around stage and going up to Trump and talking to him like he's a drinking buddy. And Democrats are really taking a chance by putting him on stage. Okay? But it doesn't matter. Okay, Biden can't win. So he's going to have to be replaced. Now they're running out. Well, we got a little over 4 months left. They got a lot of time. But, he's going to have to be replaced. I don't think the guy's going to make it. I mean, the debates are going to be disastrous for him. And that might be the time they do it, in front of all the cameras where, he all of a sudden goes down from a heart attack or whatever the case may be. So it can be right there on camera so they can get everybody feeling sorry for the Democrat going. Well, they usher in Barack Obama to run against Trump. Okay? I know. Nobody believes that'll happen. I do. Okay. But this just goes to show you with them saying YouTube is conservative and pushing conservative and Christian content. And now the cheap fakes. I mean, they're getting desperate. They're grasping at straws, hoping somebody will believe this stuff. I mean, I know somebody now, an older lady that I've known for many years that worked her ass off her whole life. Very independent woman, but she's an old-fashioned Democrat. But she's an old-fashioned Democrat that voted for Ronald Reagan. And we had a discussion one day how Ronald Reagan, she's trying to say Ronald Reagan and Joe Biden were the same. She's a little older, okay? But she's not voting for Biden no more. And all she watches is the mainstream media. So that goes to show you that people are not being fooled, okay? I think especially older people that realize that, Joe may be a little bit too old for the job and worn out. But these older Democrats, I think, are waking up because they're not going to be fooled anymore. Okay? I saw on some news show where this black lady was sitting there saying how the blacks aren't going to vote for Trump, and that's just all made up. Maybe the black men might, some of them, but the black women are all for it. You know what? Everybody's life sucks now. Some of us don't make $1 billion a year and food prices don't bother us or gas prices don't bother us. The cost of living doesn't bother us. Well, most Americans aren't in that boat. Okay? Like they told Clinton, it's the economy, stupid. Could you imagine if Jimmy Carter in 1980 would have been campaigning with a pack of lies, with the economy he had, with the pack of lies that they're saying now? Maybe people were just smarter back then, but it never would have flew. Anyway, all this is just going to lead to a desperate and dangerous Democratic Party because they can't give up power with everything they've done the last 4 years. Because the American public's going to come after them with pitchforks if they do, torches and pitchforks. Who was it that said that if the American people really knew what was going on, we'd all be dead? Hiding the truth. And now the truth is not fake news, but I suppose it'll be cheap news. Any part of the truth, right? Okay. The division in this country is getting bigger. It can't, the gap can't, we're not going to come together again as a country. So I want everybody to realize that this is going to come to a war, whether it be called a Revolutionary War or a Civil War or a patriotic war or a partisan war, whatever. Okay? The propaganda they are spitting out is working. Now, the number of people that that are believing it, I think, are dwindling because a lot more people are waking up. A lot more people are waking up every morning realizing that their life sucks compared to 4 years ago. I don't chase a dollar bill, so I really don't know. But people who, their lives are dependent on the money they make and the money they spend, whatever. It's easy to wake up then. But the propaganda is working. These liberals full of hate. These comments I get from these liberals, I mean, my God. It's like they have nothing to look forward to in life. And everything that's the disaster in their life is somebody else's fault. No claiming of responsibility at all. Anybody who disagrees with them or anything that's against the way they believe, they just completely attack. How are you supposed to have a discussion with somebody that only wants to insult you and attack you? Okay? I can defend myself rather well. But, against these guys, like I got a comment I wrote, about complying. I said, this Marine will never, I've never done comply with any of the stuff they did, and I never will comply, and some other stuff like that. And then somebody made a comment, they always got to come out. They're trying to use logic. Well, if you were a Marine, you must have complied. And I wrote back, I followed a lawful order, which is not the same as complying to a tyrant. Following a lawful order causes you to stand up for yourself. Complying to a tyrant causes you to become a spineless liberal. I mean, complying now and following orders in the service are the same? Not even close. But anyway, this is the stuff you get. And I shut him down just like that. Never responded back. Okay? Now, I'll fight your stupid logic with a little logic. You want to comply with all these people? Go ahead. I'm going to comply with God, okay? That's the being I comply with. Because I plan on living a nice, happy life after I leave this plane of existence. Okay? So, whatever. But there's definitely strong opinions on both sides. Our side is preserve the country. We're not calling these other side names or wanting them to die or nothing like that. We just want our country back. The same country that they were allowed to live in and be the way they were 10 years ago. Okay? Nowadays, it's just everybody's got to know about it and everybody's got to accept it. Now, I saw a video of a black woman talking about Juneteenth. Whatever, another national holiday, and how white people are supposed to give money to a black person or shop at their stores or at least go to support Juneteenth and go to a parade. Really? As long as I live my life exactly the way you want to, your life will be happy then, right? I'm not going to support such a stupid cause. Okay, you want to go ahead and do it, that's fine. If you want to consider that your holiday, fruitcake holiday, go for it. It's got nothing to do with slavery. Okay? Oh, and let's not forget it was Democrats that owned slaves. It was Democrats that started the Ku Klux Klan. Okay? It was Democrats that were into segregation. Let's not forget none of that, okay? Let's not forget it was a Republican president that freed the slaves, the first Republican president. Just imagine if the South would have got a Democrat in office in 1861. Guess what? There wouldn't have been a civil war and there'd still be slavery. Did you black people ever think of that? You know, my forefathers died freeing the slaves. The McCarrolls, the Schillers, and the Kettners, and the Doyles. Did your ancestors die freeing you? Or do you just get to claim victimization because they were victims? Whatever. You'll never get your life better if you're going to be a continued victim, what, of the 10th generation? Whatever. You know, like I say, these people are beyond lost. Okay, and you know another thing about the other side, you know, not giving up power. We're not going to give up either. We're not going to capitulate, and I realize your side's not going to capitulate until there's going to be a high velocity exchange of ideas, okay? So they're going to get to the point where they're going to try to disarm us. Is that will bring on the Lexington Concord moment, okay? But anyway, it's coming. They won't stop, okay? But that's enough on that, all right? Our country's screwed. And until we start fixing the problem, and that means getting rough and not caring how somebody else feels what you say. Look at your children and care about their future. Look at that as your goal and what you need to achieve. And if somebody stands in your way and wants to exploit your children and turn them into sex slaves and stuff like that, it's time to mow that person over. Walk right over them. Okay? But anyway, you know, prepare for our country to completely blow up. Okay? It's going to happen. Okay, a little side note here. Or I should say a side note, something else that happened this week. North Korea and Russia coming to a deal to become mutual partners. And, you know, if one's attacked, the other one, you know, it's like attacking the other one and supplying arms and stuff. And everybody's getting, oh my goodness. Really? Well, that's what happens when war's about to break out. Countries pick sides. Oh my gosh. I mean, North Korea is not allowed to supply artillery shells to Russia. Actually, I thought they've been doing it for well over a year and a half. Or their missiles. I guess they're going to give them missiles now too. Well, you know, how many countries are supporting Ukraine? Oh, that's right, all of NATO. And that's another thing. What business does NATO have in supporting Ukraine to fight Russia? NATO not have any balls anymore? We got to go to weak Ukraine to fight a proxy war? But nobody's allowed to help Russia. See, that's the United States, the West. We can go around the world and do whatever we want, push people around, bomb you, kill your citizens. But the second you even look at us with an evil eye, you're on the wrong side. America's really going to find out what a war is all about when Americans start dying at 100,000 per day. Oh, it's coming. As long as we keep these morons in charge, it's coming. Pretty soon the Russian ships aren't going to be 30 miles off our coast. Pretty soon they'll be beached right there. Okay? Unloading troops. Anyway, but that could never happen here, right? Russia on one side, China on the other coast, Mexico and Canada shaking in their shoes. But don't worry. All you liberals, you're going to have a great time at it. Because you know what? All you young people, we're paying for this now. Joe put us on the for the next 10 years, we get to pay for this. But now the word draft is coming up. The draft. We're scared. The draft. Well, what Ukraine, first, they ran out of weapons. Right? We were just giving them weapons. They didn't have enough weapons. Now they didn't have enough money or weapons. Okay? So everybody's been, on the West been supplying them with money and weapons. Well, now they're out of people too. So who's going to supply them? Well, you know what, all you Call of Duty warriors? Guess what? You're going to get to find out you can't press reset in a real firefight. You may actually find out what cover is too. But yeah, the draft. And now they're talking about drafting women. Women should not be in combat. Now, if our country is attacked on our own soil, that's different. You got some women out there that can fight, but a woman shouldn't be in a foxhole. Just for the simple fact, it's not going to work. And does a woman really want to be taken prisoner of war as a grunt? So get raped to death. When a country's so weak that men can't do the fighting, we got to send women, we already lost the war. But now, the government's got a problem with the draft. Okay? Because in the draft, there's only two genders, male and female. So I guess, according to the draft, they're going to go down to biological science on that. If you got a penis, you're a man. If you got a vagina, you're a woman. Or, it doesn't matter if you got it cut off. It's on the chromosomes, buddy. Okay? So, whatever. But now, I wonder if that Supreme Court's justice, what the hell was her name? If she could define a woman now. Or if that'll go to the Supreme Court, and then people that think they're furries, and people that just are totally confused with what their identity as, or, people that identify as something different every day. They should be drafted first. They can identify as a soldier for about 2 years, okay? Anyway, yeah, the draft is coming. First arms, then money in arms, and now bodies, money in arms. Do you understand how that works? Anyway, that's what's going on. The world's going to blow up in World War III. A lot of this is being caused why? Because Donald Trump was in office? No. Because Joe Biden was in office. Anyway, elections have consequences, especially when they're stolen, and the American people don't stand up and do something about it. Anyway, I want to cover one more thing. All this fear porn that's going on. If you are properly prepped to survive, there's nothing to be fearful of. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm looking forward to not having a tyrannical government over me anymore. I'm looking forward to be totally on my own. I'm looking forward to not having to deal with people or society anymore for a while until they can come to their senses. I don't understand why other preppers aren't like that. You got the biggest channels out there are doing nothing but spreading fear. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Nuclear bombers. What's happened? I mean, I've been listening to some of these for 3 or 4 years. Nothing's happened yet. It's always heightened alert, heightened alert. Really? Over what? Normal, basic military drills and operations? Keep people on their edge. I guess that's what they want to watch. Okay? I mean, I get to the point where I can't watch it no more. Okay? I'm out here safe. When the world flips upside down, I'll know about it. And then I can go into my dugout and be happy. No, as long as I stay there and stay away from people, I'll be safe. And it's pretty easy to do when you only got one person every 20 square miles and everybody here is on the same page. Kill them with kindness. Yeah, since I started here, I got neighbors talking. Okay? I don't believe in, people fighting for years over stupid stuff. Okay? But this fear porn. Whatever. If that's what you're doing to make money. And then, buy this from me. Scare you to death into buying something from me. Now, I'm not saying it couldn't just all come to an end one day. We could have a nuclear accident or somebody could misread somebody's cues and we could be in a world of hurt. Oh, yeah. The world's not a safe place. But to continuously on your channel just talk like it's always going to happen. People get burnt out. Okay, we want to make the world a peaceful place again so people don't have to fear monger. Then we got a lot of work to do. We need to stand up. Everybody needs to have a channel, giving their opinion on what they think, telling the government how they feel. All you got to do is pick up your phone, make a video, and make a channel, put it on there. Okay? And guess what? That won't be a cheap fake. Okay? And organize. The feds come to your neighborhood, they need to be surrounded and escorted out of there. I mean, when you got the FBI and the ATF gunning down people at 6 o'clock in the morning, whatever. And they want us to give up our gun rights. It's crazy. But anyway, well, I think this is going to be a short live stream since I don't think anybody's watching, which is fine. YouTube can bury me, but you're just burying yourselves. This is all going to come to an end one day. The status quo is going to change. It's going to revert back to right, not wrong. Then where are you going to be, YouTube? Sitting in a jail cell for the crimes you committed? Anyway, but I do appreciate the time I get to spend on your platform. And I'm sure I've been driving you nuts lately the last few days. Like I say, full frontal assault. So as you're occupying all your time with me, somebody else gets through. See how it works? And all the patriots and conservatives started a channel. 150 million conservative channels on YouTube. There'd be a lot of truth get through. Like you say, it's not time for us to be silent, for anybody to be silent. It's time for everybody to become the town crier. And now instead of the town square now, the town square is social media. So I encourage everyone to start their own channel. And voice your opinion on everything that's going on. Okay? So, anyway, that's all I got for tonight. This is the Lone Wolf. Everybody have a good evening. This is Lone Wolf Prepper. Out.